Here we go again.
It's a different phone. Let's go live.
It's not.
It's not working. Let's go live. Let's go live.
Shall I just push the button?
I think we need to just push the
I'll just
button.
push the button.
I don't know what the problem. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hey, YouTube people.
It makes it fun. Okay, I have touched the button.
Hello, 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 crafty friends. It is Robin at Raincross Farms Makery. Bill is at his place behind the computer, behind the camera. So when you get here, come on in, say hello.
Put me in my place.
Put you in your place. And let's get this set up, and then I will be right there to greet you. That's set up. That's live. How is everybody tonight? Friday night.
What are we doing this on Friday night for?
Because we didn't do it on Thursday night. Well, because it's September 1st, and we're doing a brand new
Well, you've already got 8 people.
I've got
There's
woohoo!
Teresa.
Hello, hello. Hey Cheryl.
Margaret's
Hey
here.
Margaret. Hey Teresa.
Cheryl said September.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy September 1st. Can you believe it? August is gone. The year is just flying by. So say hi when you are the first picture. Oh, I think that was something from Facebook. Hi, Wanda.
There's Wanda.
Hey, so our keyword tonight is September because this is September 1st. And we have, hello, Donna. We have a brand new club design that came out today. So I wanted to use that. Hello, hello, Mimi. Hello, Sonda. Did I say hello, Teresa? I'm wearing a hat, Teresa, because the hair is an absolute mess. We were out running around, running errands all day. So you get the hat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so when you get here, we would love it if you would give our page some hearts. If you would follow us, if you aren't already, Raincross Farms Makery on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel, and we would love to have you subscribe to us there. It's also Raincross Farms Makery. And feel free to sprinkle the video out to your crafty friends. Thank you for sprinkling, Wanda. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so the club design. If you don't know what club is, it's our monthly subscription program. Every month, they release a brand new exclusive design. The only people that can get these transfers are club members and designers. And this is September's club. Hey, it said, very, very pretty. It says, words matter, so speak kind words to yourself.
I like that.
Yes, not only speak kind words to others, but speak them to yourself as well. Okay, so this is the design. When you sign up for club, this is what else you get. You get a this size of a design every month, delivered to your home, no shipping, and 3 coordinated paste packets. So these are the colors this month. Camel, which is a medium brown. Pesto, which is kind of an it's kind of the color of guacamole. And Shimmer Rose Gold, probably one of my favorite colors. So these are the 3 colors. You get them in the paste packets, so you have enough to complete this design, and actually you'll have a lot more. You'll have enough leftover paste to do another project. So awesome. And something that's new the last couple of months is you also get a free surface. Now you can't really see what this is, but what it is a cutout, a wooden cutout for the words matter. So we are actually not going to use this tonight, but you can chalk those big words matter, onto these wooden boards and place it on your design. Gives it a little bit of depth. But for our project tonight, we are not going to use these. So I'm going to set these aside for another project that we do with this design later. Okay, and also the very first month you sign up, you get a free mini squeegee to help you with your project. So, are we ready to get going?
Always ready. Don't I look
Okay,
like it?
talk later. Okay, thank you for sprinkling, Teresa. I don't know if I already said hello to you, Margaret. Okay, oh, you know, Wanda is probably, no?
Hey, Cheryl Brock.
I don't know. Hey, Cheryl. Yes,
Here's
you're here.
Cheryl
Hey,
Brock.
did you? I got a missed call from you. Did you butt dial me, Cheryl?
But she left a voice message on me with no voice.
So I get the feeling you kind of maybe did some butt dialing. Anyway, if you need me, reach out. Okay, so we are going to do a project. We're going to kind of make like a shadow box, and shadow boxes can be a little pricey. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can do it on the inexpensive side using some Dollar Tree frames. So these are the frames I'm using. Not that they're cheap. They really are. But for this project, they will do. This is actually a document frame. So it fits an 8.5 by 11 paper in here. And you need that size. You can't just use 8 by 10 for this project because this is bigger than 8 by 10. This is 8.5 by 11, and you can kind of see there's not a lot of margin. So we are going to use 3 of these. You'll see. I never heard the beep. No, you dialed on purpose. I never heard the beep for me to record. Okay, Wanda needs to talk to me. Cheryl needs to talk to me. I'm just so popular. Okay, so let's open these frames up. And we're not going to use all the parts of them. I've got this one already opened. Open up this one.
You got all these at Dollar Tree?
I got all of these at Dollar Tree. $1.25 each. So I'm what, $3.75 in
Goodness,
for
you're
this?
breaking us at Dollar Tree.
We are.
What is that?
Okay. I'm going to take these apart. And I need to keep the little tabs intact on one of the frames. Okay. And I'm not going to use this as my background because this is just super duper cheap. So I have something else. So I'm only going to use one of the glass, and I'm not going to use any of the backers. So I kept all of these little bendy tabs intact. Now these other ones I'm going to actually pull out. I'm going to use those. And then this one I'm going to use the glass, not just yet. And so on 2 of these, I'm going to just pull these little metal tabs out because they'll just get in the way. So this is not high quality wood, so be careful when you pull these out. Now you can get frames at other stores. They're probably not going to be $1.25. But for this project, you do want to make sure you've got something that will hold an 8.5 by 11 or bigger. You could go bigger too.
Rhonda says hi.
Hi, Rhonda. And like I said, I'm going to leave the tabs in this one.
I suppose you can find the frames at a thrift store too.
You could, but take a tape measure with you because you want to make sure it's nice that if they're all the same frame, but they don't have to be. You just kind of have to place them. You'll see what I'm doing. Okay, so for this back piece, I didn't want to use their cardboard because it's really flimsy. Super duper flimsy. Let me set this aside so I don't cut myself. So I just got some foam core board and I cut it the same size as the piece of glass. And I'm going to make sure that fits. Okay, so that fits. That's going to be our background. And we are going to give this background a pattern. We're going to have some space between the glass and the back part. And we are going to chalk it with one of our textured patterns. So let me show you this transfer. I've got it all cut apart. So here's one that's got like some diamond shapes. So they're meant to be background patterns. So here's some with some diamond shapes. This one is a little herringbone. This one is just some dots. You can see that. They're lined up, but they are different sizes, so it makes a really pretty background.
Can
And
you
then
make a tile out of those? So
yes,
or do you
they
do
will tile.
multiple?
We're actually going to do that.
Oh,
And
cool.
then this one is kind of a basket weave. Now I don't want my background to overpower my foreground, so I decided I'm not going to do something quite this bold or this bold. And I'm afraid the dots won't stand out enough. So I'm going to do this basket weave. If I don't like it, this is just cardboard, foam core board. I can redo it if I want to. Now I don't want to put it on a black background. I'm going to kind of color this background a bit. I'm not going to paint it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my dark wax. This is paste wax, dark wax. It's antique wax. It's just paste wax, but it is not clear. It is
Basket weave looks
that
nice.
I think so too. I'm hoping it looks good on this. So it's just tinted dark. Folks use this for furniture restoration. And I think I'm just going to do this with a paper towel. And I'm just going to go over this. It won't be this dark. I'm going to apply some of this wax on my background to give it just a little bit of color. Like I said, I don't want to paint it, especially since it's foam core. Foam core really is just paper, and I don't want to get it wet.
So where did you get the antique wax?
I think I ordered it from Amazon, but I have seen it in craft stores. I know I've seen it in Michael's. I don't know that I've seen it at Home Depot, but I might have. But I don't know. Bill could maybe pull up our Amazon link.
Sure.
And
Well,
see.
Yeah, I can. I got a.
Okay, so you can see this didn't color it too dark. But it just put a little layer of wax and a little bit of color. And I'm going to buff it up a little bit because I don't want too much wax on here or my paste won't adhere.
Went to YouTube while I'm on Amazon, so we should
Okay.
back to overhead.
Okay.
Okay, now what was that? What was that called?
It's Chalk-Teak Dark Paste Wax. I imagine if you put it in dark paste wax
Yeah,
in our
that's
previous.
called Chalk-Teak.
That's just the brand, Howard's brand.
Howard's.
Okay. And I'm just making sure I have it off the edges so I don't get it on my fingers. You're not going to see the edges and you're not going to see the back. But there's my kind of an antique color. And we're going to use this. So, especially since this is paper, I needed to have waxed it because this is sticky. So if you put a sticker down on a piece of paper, when you pull that sticker up, you're probably going to pull up the paper. So I waxed it to give it a little layer of protection. And I'm going to fuzz this. So I'm going to put a little layer of lint on the back here. So does anybody have plans for Labor Day weekend? Well, I don't know. We will be celebrating our new canning room because after 4 years, we've finally bit the bullet and cleaned out a room in our basement, and it's dedicated to all our canning supplies. Okay. So I'm going to, now this is just slightly narrower than this background, but that's okay because some of it is going to be hidden by the frame. But you can see it is too short. So I'm going to show you how. We can line it up and reuse it side by side, and you'll never even know that I had to pick it up and chalk it again. Okay, so I'm pushing that down. I'm going to do one little thing. I'm going to take my little marker and I'm going to mark that down there so I know where that was. Daughter's coming from New York for a visit. Awesome. Will they get to stay the whole weekend? That'll be fun. Going to a football game tomorrow, and of course, craft. Yes, craft, craft, craft. Okay, now the colors that come with it, I'm going to go ahead and use those colors. So it comes with Camel Pesto Shimmer Rose Gold, and I'm going to do this in the Shimmer Rose Gold. I think that will look pretty. Hopefully it will just do a little texture in the background. You're really not going to see too much of it. My plans are to finish the big move. Okay, I don't know what the big move is.
Maybe that's why she was calling.
Maybe that's why you're calling, because you're moving? You're moving in here? Okay, so I just stirred that up. I'm going to use my small squeegee instead of my mini squeegee, because this gets more real estate at one time. Okay, so take some chalk, put it on my squeegee, just go over that. Push it through the screen.
Okay, did that link come through, people? I know I sent it. The question is, did the link go through?
Okay, one other thing. Because last month I had a special offer for anybody who joined my club in the month of August, and that turned out pretty popular. So I'm going to extend it into the month of September. So I have a special that is going for anybody who joins my club in September. Something that you get a special bonus when you join. I can't tell you what it is on my live because of my company's rules and regulations. But if you want to find out about it, and you're interested in finding out more about joining club, this is what you need to do to get the information. Type in #club, no spaces, hashtag, which is the little pound sign, #club, and you'll get a link. You'll get a notice that tells you what the special deal is, and a link you can click to sign up for it. Okay. Now, because this is paper, I'm going to peel it off very carefully. Good.
Hi, Rose.
Hello, Rose. That's pretty. I like that background. Okay. So, can you see? It's kind of like, it's kind of a basket weave, but it's not a solid basket weave. I'm going to put that down there. Get this out. Now I'm going to not clean it in between because I just have a little bit to go. I just have this little section down here I need to chop. So let me dry this.
They're not overpowering at all.
It isn't. I was afraid some of these other ones might be a little bit, but I think will come out good. Okay, so again, if you're interested in finding out what my deal for the month of September, type in #club and you'll get a message to your messenger. No obligation. Now, tomorrow, I am Craft Around the Clock, and in conjunction with Vintage and Thrifted, it's a Facebook group having a marathon, a Vintage and Thrifted marathon. And I was one of the lucky ones that got chosen to do a segment. So my segment for that marathon is tomorrow, Saturday, at 6:15 Pacific time. So I am hoping you will all come out and join me, support me, see what fun vintage and thrifted project I'm doing. Okay, so I've got that dry. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to line it up, and it should line up exactly where that left off. But because part of this is going to be sticky, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wax just using clear wax on this because I don't want to pick up any of this paste that I just put down. I'm just going over this. This I'm not using the colored paste wax. I'm just using my clear because I don't want that transfer to pick up that paste. Well, part of your entertainment could be to watch a crafting video.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, I can see right through it. I can line up exactly where that left off, and you should not see any gap because it's set to a piece of lint in here. It's made to match up, so that's called, like Bill mentioned, that's called tiling. So even though this transfer is only like 8 by 8, 9 by 9, you can lift it up and chalk. Again, you can do bigger surfaces than that because it matches up on all four sides.
Crafts were never her cup of tea.
Oh,
Speaking of
cup of tea, that just might be the theme. Well, if you can't watch it live, you got to promise to come back and watch the replay whenever you get a chance. When your daughter goes home, when your non-crafty daughter goes home. Okay. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to end up using that. Let me peel this off. Lines up perfectly. Okay, and I'm going to put this on my Dollar Tree dish drying mat. And there is my background. Woohoo! Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, I'm going to spray this with water because I'm not ready to clean it yet. But I want that paste to stay damp because it's easier to clean up when the paste is damp. So let me dry this up. We will put this back in the frame.
on late enough and that might be a bed.
There you go. Yeah.
And yes, you are talking about the pattern when you say nice seed because she's not one of the weeds.
No, that's
Not
all.
this time
That's
either.
all mine. Okay, so I've got that dry. And just real quick, so it's out of the way, I'm gonna put it in here and seal it up with what I might even do a little bit of glue on it. I'm gonna do it at the very end. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is we are going to chalk on the glass. We are going to chalk this on the glass. So I'm going to make sure my glass is clean.
You have to do any preparation to the glass, like wax or anything?
No, if I wax, this transfer is going to stick like crazy to this glass because the glass is so, that looks like it's scratched. I'm going to get another.
One of the other ones?
The glass pieces. Look, they're a little scratched. Okay. Okay. Looks clear enough. Okay. So, even though I'm not going to wax this, I'm going to fuzz the liver, the living daylights out of this transfer. Or, because if I don't, I could stretch this and ruin it because it will attach so tightly to the glass because the glass is just pure smoothness. So let's fuzz. We want to tone down that stickiness as much as we can. And then this is going to be in the foreground of our shadow box. Like I said, I'm fuzzing. Fuzzing cousin. So, and when I remove it, I'm going to be very careful. Okay, hopefully that's enough fuzz. You know what, let me give it a fuzz on this coarse side. Just get some bigger fuzz. Okay, now lay this down. And this is pretty much the exact size. Oh, that's crooked. It's hard to see because it's see-through. The glass, it's see-through. Just trying to line up that edge. And then I'm going to pull it. Smooth it out.
Wow, you really are fuzzing that.
I am. Yep. Okay.
Now, realistically, have you ever really messed one up to the point where you stretched it, it changed everything?
I haven't ruined one, but when you go to pull it up and you stretch it, it starts to curl and it just kind of never lays back down flat on its surface again. So I have done that. Okay. Now we've got some leaves, we've got some foliage, we've got some flowers, and we've got some words. So we are going to use the rose gold, shimmer rose gold for the flowers. And we're going to use our pesto for the leaves and our camel for the words. Okay. So let's get these opened. And I'm going to use, for the most part, I'm going to use my detail tool. And I'm going to just give these a stir. And okay, so let's start at the top and move to the bottom. And I've got the back, I put this black behind it so that I can see my design a little bit better. And I'm just going to work from the top and go to the bottom. So let's start with our rose gold and do the flowers. Kind of, I like paint by numbers. And partway through, because our paste will dry pretty quickly, and I don't want it to dry in the screen. So I'm going to work on this a little bit, and then I'm going to peel it up and lay it back down so that I can release that paste from the screen. Okay, and there's a flower here. Flower here.
Got to give these dogs back more often.
Our dogs, we let them out this morning. I don't know what they got into. They came back and they smelled so horrible. It wasn't, you know how if they kind of like to roll in poop if they find it. I know it's kind of gross, but they do. That's what dogs do. It wasn't that. It wasn't a dead animal. It almost smelled kind of like motor oil or something. It was a foul smell, though. I really was fuzzing that. And I didn't want them. I didn't want them on my sheets. I didn't want them on my couches. Okay, so I'm switching over to my pesto to do my leaves and my foliage. So we had to give them an unscheduled bath. Wasn't as bad as we thought. Well, they thought so.
They thought it was horrendous.
How dare you?
They thought for a good stink. We worked hard to get that stink on here.
So thankfully we got it with just one bath. It wasn't skunk. It's hard to describe. But I did not want it in my house.
Margaret says she loves it when you do multiple colors.
Yeah. And you can just take your time, except keep in mind you don't want that paste to dry in the screen. So my that shimmer, the rose gold, shimmers take a little bit extra time to dry, so I have a little bit of extra working time when I use a shimmer. But I don't want to push it.
Yeah, that's true. Rose says, wild smell can't be described. You just sort of know it.
Yeah, I have no idea what it didn't smell like animal. It smelled more factored or something like they rolled around in dirty motor oil or something. Which I have no idea where they got it from. And they're not talking. Okay, so that's that top part. Again, I don't want to have that dry in the screen, so I'm taking this very stop. I'm going slow. And it's a good thing I fuzzed it because I'm feeling it pull, but I'm able to get it up without too much pressure. And I'm going to just quickly dry it. Those are pretty. They have just the right amount of shading.
That black behind it really shows.
Yeah, it really shows it up. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't have done a darker background on the, but that's easy enough to change out if I decide. Okay, so I've just released that from the screen. I'm going to lay this back down. I'm not going to push it down where I have already chalked, but I am going to push it down where I still need to chalk. And I'm pushing that down so that I don't get any bleeding of the paste when I apply it. Okay, I think I'm going to continue down same way. Off. Okay, so back to my rose gold. Love this rose gold. Looking to see how many eyeballs we have. We have 11 sets of eyeballs.
16 a few minutes ago.
Where did they all go?
Dinner.
We're all going to catch the replay. That's okay.
We've had all of 4 people on at one time on YouTube, but they never said anything, but that's all right.
That's all right. YouTube is a different animal.
Yep. Works differently.
So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and comment. Bill's watching. I won't see the comments come up on my screen, but he will. That's part of his job.
Margaret says he's still there. Linda said, I see how it was still pulling when you were lifting that.
Yeah, it's. I was tugging, but I was trying to keep equal pressure on it. I wasn't pulling from a corner because that will really stretch it. Those fibers, the mesh is going up and, vertical and horizontal. It's not going diagonal. So if I pull diagonally, I'm more likely to stretch those. And I don't want to do that. I'm just working on the flowers.
Anyway, it's nice when we have people on YouTube also. It's just starting.
So if you are on YouTube, the commenting doesn't quite work the same. Facebook people can comment the keyword and it gets them entered into our weekly drawing. I don't have the bot that works on YouTube. So if my YouTube people want to get enrolled in our weekly drawing, there's a link in the description.
It's also the very first
The
comment.
very first comment. Click on that link, and that will get you enrolled and get you all the same information.
One wants to know, is the paint pen something you fill yourself?
Paint pen.
Maybe.
You mean this? The chalk marker? Are you talking about the chalk marker? Switch over to the green. If you are talking about the chalk marker, no, it does not. You don't fill it yourself. It comes in our chalk. We have chalk markers in black, white, gold, and silver. And they work just like a paint pen.
I was going to say, I've seen those pens at craft stores.
But
I
it's,
don't know if it's chalk. or
yeah,
not.
it's probably not, because this is actually our chalk formula. So it is non-toxic and re-chalkable and all of that good stuff.
Oh, it's what you're using in your right hand then.
Oh,
What is
this.
that?
This is just a tool. It's got a squeegee on one end, a thin squeegee on one end, and then it's got this other little hook, which is great for when if you want to stir your paste and get in that little groove right there. So no, it doesn't. It's just like a squeegee. Some people have better luck using this because you can grip it like a pencil rather than one of these where you kind of have a different kind of grip. So if you have arthritis or something like that, and you have trouble with the squeegee, you might get one of these, and this works more like a pencil. These work good for children also, children that are used to using crayons or pencils, of course. But it kind of gives them an easier grip to do this. One more set. I got 2 more sets of leaves. And then the words.
Are you going to peel the
I am.
ones you've done?
I am. I've kind of gone longer than I
Yeah.
like.
Teresa says pretty colors.
They are.
Absolutely.
Okay. Scrape off the excess. Now I'm going to do the paste and peel. I'm going to do it from this side now. If I can grab it. So I'm starting at a corner, but I'm not going to pull from the corner. I'm just getting to the middle here. And I'm going to pull carefully, and I might try to kind of rock it if it doesn't want to. Let go.
And
That's
you
not
will
too bad.
get, like she's gripping it there and getting it on her fingers, you will get it on your fingers
Yeah,
reaching the back.
that's
'Cause
okay.
it's in the screen. You got to be careful when you go to use your hand after
Okay.
using it.
Now, I see I pulled up part of it right there, so I'm going to go back and re-chalk that. That was probably one of the first ones I did, and I did kind of let it dry too long, and that's okay. Even if it kind of does pull up, I can go back and fix it later. Okay, so and again, going to release that. I'm going to give it a little dry here.
not take long for it to dry.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay this back down. Again, I'm not going to push down where I have already chalked. I'm only going to push where I still need to chalk. Okay, so all of that paste is released that I've started, and then I'm going to, actually, I'm going to go with my bigger one. I'm going to use my camel. And this I can do a little faster. This would be a pretty t-shirt too. Do this with our inks.
And you're just using these colors because this is what comes in the
Yeah.
kit?
I'm just using these colors because that's what comes in the kit. So if you decided to become a club member, I'm giving you an idea of what you could do with just the supplies that come with your monthly kit. Of course, you can always do, if you have it, you can always do any colors that you want. You could do it all in one color too. Now I'm doing this on glass, but it's not going to be permanent. I'm not using ink, I'm just using chalk, but it will still hold up. If it gets scratched, it might come off, but then so might the ink if you used ink. But this is something that's not going to get put in a dishwasher. It's not going to get a lot of moisture on it. So I'm perfectly fine doing this in paste on glass. But if you ever wanted to do something permanent on glass, you can do that with our ink. That makes it a little more durable. Okay, I think I've got it. I'm just going to double check. Gotten everywhere. Okay, and I'm going to pull it off one more time. Again, I'm starting at the edge, the corners, but I'm not pulling from the corners, if that makes sense. And carefully pulling it up. If I get any resistance, I might kind of rock it back and forth a bit. I like it. Okay, I'm
Use
gonna,
that black, it looks really
I'm
good.
going to put this down on my drying mat. I'm also going to spray it, and then I'm going to show this to you. Okay, I'm going to put it up against the black background just so you can see it really well. Is that not pretty? Okay, let me clean this up. I'll see if I like it on that. If I don't, you know what? If I don't like it on the white background, I will just do it on the black background. Okay. So, oh, I think I'll like that. I think I like that. Let's see. You know what? Let me dry that. I like this black background better. Both ways. See what we like. You're on it. Okay, let's see. Put this aside. Now let's get.
So reading some of this, Margaret said wowzer, Teresa said love it, Wanda said pretty, Brenda says this is beautiful, love the color and it pops on the black, and Rose says I love the black.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna double check that this is dry. I think I'm gonna do the. But I'll try the other background too, so I can see.
I don't know if I saw that you typed in September, if you want to put in that drawing.
Yes, if you type in the word September in the comments, you'll get entered into our weekly drawing that we hold on Sunday nights. So every time I go live, I give folks a keyword to put in. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down, and I think I'm going to glue this in, because if I use those little metal prongs, they would show from the front. So I'm going to do a little bit of hot glue. I don't want to use so much hot glue though that it leaks all over.
Yeah, correct, Rose. It has two options this way.
Okay, hopefully that's enough.
And that slapping sound is Daisy shaking her head.
Shaking her head. She's
her
got
big old floppy ears.
She has
right there.
such horrible allergies with her ears. Okay. Good down. Now the reason I have 3 frames is because I want to give it some depth away from the background. So I'm just using this as kind of a spacer. And I'm just going to glue that down. Get that completely lined up. Exactly. So once I get the second one on, I can no longer take out my glass. Okay. And if you wanted to paint your screen, paint your frame, you can certainly do that. I kind of like this black. It's going to look really good with this background, I think. Okay. Put this one on. Another glue stick. Okay. Going to this one on, and I'm going to line it up. Make sure it's square. Down. Okay, now this is the one that I kept the little prongs in. Now, let me put it in this way.
It loses way too much.
Yeah, you can't see it. Okay, so that did not work the way I intended. It looks okay up front, but okay, so now we're going to do the black. Either that'll give it a very pretty background on the back of my. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Pretty. And that because it's the shadow box, it puts a shadow very not too noticeable because it's a black background, but you can see the shadow that those words cast. So I'm also even though I have those prongs, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this in. A little extra sturdiness. Bend down those prongs. Ta-da! And there's our project. Now I can glue on one of those little things that holds it up, or I can put it on. I don't have one handy. Yeah, I can set it in and that is, I got glue stick spider webs. Okay, now I can kind of see some of the glue in between there. If that bothers you, you can wrap the whole thing like with a ribbon or something. Or
you can spray it too.
Kind of pick it out. You spray it, then you'd have spray painted. Anyway, there is our club project for September. So pretty. Words matter. So speak kind words to yourself. Important to remember. So I would love to have you join my club. So again, #club. Don't forget the hashtag to get, even if you're watching the replay, to get information about the special deal that I am extending into September for brand new club members. It's a really good deal. So check that out. Or if you just are interested in seeing some of the past projects, you can take a look at that. You'll get a little video you can watch. And anyway, I think that's it for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed this project. Words matter. So speak kind words to yourself. So again, join me tomorrow night, just right here on my channel, or it's also on Craft Around the Clock. It's also on Vintage and Thrifted. And see my special project that I have tomorrow night, 6:15 Pacific time. I hope to see you there. It's running all day long, so feel free to hop on hop on Craft Around the Clock and watch all of the presenters. They'll be doing some amazing things. It's Saturday and Sunday, so get your craft on this weekend, especially if you're not going anywhere. So again, do something creative every day and just have fun and speak kind words to yourself. So thanks so much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.